Hello, Raven Shri here at a lighthouse in Nebraska. It's the last day of my road trip, and I purposely landed here for integration. These past couple of days have been stirring up some muckiness, and I was a little resistant to this ceremony. However, now that I'm here and the beginning is starting to enunciate itself within me, I'm feeling more ready for the teachings of this experience. The image of the lighthouse emerged for me about a year ago when I was preparing for my entry into the MiddleWorld. It served as a talisman and a beacon for me in two particular ways. One being more personal, as a tool to anchor me on the land in the MiddleWorld. The lighthouse keeps me anchored in this new frequency that I am striving to live every day. On a secondary level, the image of the lighthouse is a talisman for a service model that I want to be able to provide and live into the world, into humanity. And that is being one of sturdy solidness that stands in my practice and stands as a channel and a frequency of light, and be of service to those other travelers in the world that might need this beacon, this light, this resource as a tool to find and navigate their way. So the image of the lighthouse is one that has been in my mind, and now I'm here with an actual lighthouse. So I am looking forward to engaging with this structure today in ceremony.
So let's enter into this space and see some of the magic that resides within.
So one of the things that is so potent about this lighthouse is that each level has a park bench in it. And this speaks so deeply to me because another theme that emerged for me last year as I was preparing to come into the MiddleWorld was a theme that I've been calling Park Bench Ministries. Historically, when I was in the underworld, I would go out into the wild for my ceremonies. I would camp where there was nobody, and I would engage my ceremony out in the boonies where nobody would find me. Now that I'm in the MiddleWorld, what's calling me forward is to engage in my ceremonies in the MiddleWorld, in the center of humanity, in places that the wild animal of my species resides. So that literally started on park benches, and eventually it moved into just being out in the world on the side of a trail, setting up my altar, doing my prayer. I bought a little travel temple, a little pop-up shelter that I take out to parks and welcome people in for private connection time, all as a service of my soul that wants to offer something of beauty to humanity. And so this lighthouse has a park bench on each tier. So I'm going to reflect on that aspect, especially as it relates through the chakras, because that is a model that's near and dear to my understanding. So more magic is afoot. So the root chakra is the base chakra, and it is the energy frequency connected with earth. So it's heavy, it's solid, has form. It deals with the manifest world. So with your body, with structure, with form. So when I connect in with the energy of the lighthouse, I start at the root chakra. I feel my whole solid structure, and I get into my whole form, and I feel myself rooted on the earth, rooting down into that solid terra firma. And I engage consciousness throughout my whole physical body. The lighthouse is strong and can withstand the elements and storms. And so being able to be fully embodied in your flesh, the full circumference of your bones and your limbs and your core and your feet on the earth is kind of the beginning of creating a lighthouse structure in your body.
And now we rise up to the next level.
The second chakra is the sacral chakra. And the energy frequency is located in your pelvic region, which is the center of gravity for your physical body. And so, although that is the epicenter for this energy, the sacral chakra really is your whole body. The sacral chakra deals with sensory input. It deals with being able to feel the outside world. Taste, smell, touch, sound, sight, being able to bring in external stimulus and feel them and emote through them. The internal structure of the sacral chakra is the feeling state, the emotions that move through that watery realm of being. So when I connect in to the sacral chakra entry portal into a lighthouse, it is through that front door. It's that door into the sacral area. But I open up my whole body. My whole body is a sensory organ. And I allow myself to feel the elements of the outside world and to bring them in. And this opens up a level of intimacy with the moment. It opens up a level of relationship and partnership with the experience of the atmosphere and the experience of the environment in which I'm in. Now we rise up another level into solar plexus. Ooh, Manipura. And so now I'd like to share a little bit about the solar plexus chakra, which is governed by the element of fire. So the root chakra and the sacral chakra are earth and water. And those elements are subject to the forces of gravity. They take the pathway of least resistance. Fire, on the other hand, rises up against the forces of gravity. It transmutes earth and it makes light and heat and energy. And so this chakra is very much about power and force and intention and will and drive and focus and intentionality. And so last year, as I was preparing to move into the middle world, I started gathering vows and intentions and archetypal talismans to support my journey. Now that I'm in my first year in the middle world, I've been taking those words and putting them together and analyzing each word to make sure the full intention and invocation is alive and vital. And I do want to speak about the chakra intentions that have been coming through. And I've been working one word per chakra, and it's a mantra that I can chant and dedicate myself to over and over and over throughout the day. And of course, each word may sound so simple on the surface, but there are so many layers within each word. And so I want to share some of those words with you because this helps bring me into wider accountability, which is a solar plexus function. Aliveness, engagement, enjoyment, kindness, compliment, beauty, wholeness. Aliveness in my body and in the moment. Engagement, stepping forward into life, engaging in an intimate moment. Enjoyment, courageous enjoyment, enjoying the joy and the pain, enjoying the journey. Kindness, kindness towards myself, kindness towards others. Kindness, even when the Other individual may not necessarily be practicing the same. Compliment, being able to compliment the moment with my presence, being able to compliment others on their beauty to bring and shine light into their world. Beauty, being able to see beauty, express beauty, honor beauty. And then wholeness, moving into this concept of wholeness is a big paradigm shift for me. So those are my chakra mantras that I repeat over and over again. Aliveness, engagement, enjoyment, kindness, compliment, beauty, and wholeness.
And now we rise up to the next level.
What's so interesting as I sit here in the heart chakra lodge, the wind is picking up, and the element for the heart chakra is air. And one of the most powerful ways to connect with this element is through breath. The inhale and the exhale. The inhale is a beautiful way to receive, and the exhale is a beautiful way to give. And the heart chakra is about a balance between that inhalation and exhalation, giving and receiving. And these are core functions of relationship. And that is another core aspect of the heart chakra is relationship, and love, and forgiveness. And so as I sit here in the heart chakra space, I want to meditate on those energies. I'll turn the camera off for this part. And now we rise up to the next level, the top level of this lighthouse, which is the 5th level, which is the throat chakra, which is so prominent for me. Holy moly, we have made it to the top of the lighthouse. So a lighthouse has light. So I want to talk about the light source through my model of the chakras. And so I've been chatting about the lighthouse as there's an emergence up from the root. Now I want to talk about the light that comes in. And so from a chakra perspective, there's the crown chakra, which is the allness, God, divinity, universal intelligence. And that's my ultimate light source. Now, I'm a human, so I cannot understand true definition of that God, divine intelligence, infinity source. It's beyond me. However, I can bring that allness down into the brow chakra, into this archetypal space, and I can define an archetype of God. And those of us that use the word God or spirit or divine intelligence or whatever, or source, it's kind of the model through which we can interact with it. We have these definitions that we use to define what source is and what it represents. And usually those definitions are based upon our own moral value definitions of what's good and just. So in my definition, God, consciousness, is around themes of light and love and kindness, those human qualities that I attribute as godly. Right or wrong, it's a definition that fuels me and inspires me, and so I stick with it and I live with it. And so that God source is the light that comes down into my throat chakra. Now the throat chakra is about creativity. The throat chakra is taking all of these energetics inside and expressing them out in the world and creating in the world and adding a frequency into this etheric vibration that we're all in. And so in my lighthouse model, this light comes down and it shines through this throat heart portal. And that is really where my transmission is. It's kindness, frequencies out into the world, expressed through my creative, authentic living. And so I am going to be creating an altar here and doing ceremony this bench here. I have some cards that I'll be pulling.
And so I have some of my soul collage cards out now in this lighthouse, charging, infusing, holding space for me as I prepare to journey in this tower.